Welcome and thank you for joining us. We are once again presenting a question on graphs. The question reads, the table below shows how the height s meters of an object thrown vertically upwards varies with time t in seconds. We have a table showing the values for time and also the height represented by s. The relationship between s and t is represented by the equation. We have s being equal to minus a t squared plus bt plus 10 where a and b are constants. Part A, Roman 1, using information in the table, determine the values of a and b. So in this case, we are going to use, for example, the value of t and s at this point, and also allow me to pick these other two values so that we can be able to get a and b. Remember, when s is 45.1, we are going to have negative a multiplied by the value of t is 1, so 1 is squared plus b multiplied by 1 plus 10, and in this case 45.1 is going to be equal to minus a plus, this is b times 1 is b plus 10. That means if positive 10 crosses over, it is going to be a subtraction, meaning a negative plus b is going to be equal to 45.1 minus 10, you get 35.1. That means if we reorganize, we are going to have b minus a being equal to 35.1 as the first equation here. Then again, using the same approach, we will use 10 and negative 80. Remember, negative 80 will be the value of s using this equation here. So negative 80 is going to be equal to negative a multiplied by t, which is 10. But remember, t squared plus b multiplied by t, which is 10, plus of course 10. We are going to have negative 80 being equal to negative 10 squared is 100 times negative a, you get negative 100a, then plus 10b plus 10, that means positive 10 crosses over and becomes a minus, so we are going to have negative 90, which is negative 80 minus 10, being equal to negative 100a plus 10b. Therefore, we can say if we reorganize these two, we are going to have 10b minus 100a being equal to negative 90 as our second equation. From there now, we can be able to get the two equations which we are going to use elimination to work out. First one is b minus a. b minus a is equal to 35.1, and of course 10b minus 100a is going to be equal to negative 90. Using elimination, we can eliminate the part having b by using 10 and 1, such that if you multiply back, we are going to have 10 times b, giving us 10b, then minus a times 10, you get minus 10b, that is 10a, sorry. This one is going to be equal to 35.1 times 10, which is 351. Then 1 times 10b, you get 10b, minus 1 times negative 100a, you get negative 100a, being equal to Negative 90 times 1, you get negative 90. Then we subtract the two equations. This part goes negative 10 minus minus 10, you'll get positive 90. So we are going to have 90a being equal to 351 minus 90 will give us 441. Meaning if you divide both sides by 90, this is 441. Meaning if you divide both sides by 90, the value of a is going to be 4.9. Once we have the value of a, we can get the value of b using, for example, equation 1. And equation 1 is where we have b minus a, which is 4.9, being equal to 35.1, meaning b is going to be equal to 35.1 plus 4.9, meaning b is going to be equal to 40. Once we have the value of b and the value of a, then we have answered part 1 of a in this particular question. Then Roman 2 is where we are supposed to complete the table. And for us to complete the table, we are going to use the values that we have. Remember, in our first column, we are going to have the equation as shown, that is s being equal to negative a, which is negative 4.9, then t squared plus b, which is 40, times t plus 10, and then of course substitute. For example, if we have the value of t as 0, then the value of s will be equal to negative 4.9 into t, which is 0 squared, plus 40 times 0 plus 10, and the value of s will be equal to 10. Then when t is 2, you can substitute it in this equation here. We are going to get the value of s to be 70.4. Then when it is 3, you get 85.9. When it is 4, you get 91.6. When it is 5, you get 87.5. When it is 6, you get 73.6. And then when it is 7, it's 49.9. And when it is 8, it is 16.4. And when it is 9, it is going to be negative 26.4. And of course, when it is 10, you are going to get negative 8. That is negative 26.4. From there now, we can move down and do part B, Roman 1. Draw a suitable graph to represent the relationship between S and T. Remember, S represents the Y. And of course, T represents our X. From here now, we are going to choose the scale. Remember, the values of T are ranging between 0 and 10, and S is ranging between 10, that is negative 26, and that is negative 80, and positive around 91.6. Therefore, since we have negative values of S, we are going to move as follows. We are going to have our graph starting from around the center here, where we are going to have 0. So we are going to have 0 at this point. Then we are going to have 20, 40, 60, 80, and of course 100, so that all the values are catered for. Then we are going to have negative 20, negative 40, negative 60, negative 80, and negative 100. And of course, along the x-axis, which is the value of t, we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Probably we can go up to 11. Then from there now we can start plotting. But before we plot, let us give our scale. In the x-axis, remember 1 centimeter is 1 unit. And in y-axis, one box is 1 centimeter, which represents or is represented by 20 units. With that, now we can be able to start plotting. We have our values. When t is 0, the value of s is 10. You can see from that point there, 10 is around half of this. Then when time is 1, s is 45, 1 is 45. Remember, we have 5 smaller units, so we have 20, the gap of 20 divided by 5, you get around 44. So 45 is around this point here. That is 44. 45 is around this point. When it is 2, we are going to have 70.4. 2 is 70.4. 70.4 is around this point here. And when it is 3, it is 85. When it is 4, it is 91. 5 is 87. 6 is 73. All the way to 10, where we have negative 80. So after plotting all these points, we are going to join all the plotted points, forming our curve as follows, starting from this point here all the way to this negative 80. After joining our points, have our curve here where s is equal to negative 80 squared plus we have plus bt plus 10. It is always important that we label our curve. Then from there now we are able to move using a graph, determine the velocity of the object when t is 5. So we are going to identify where t is 5. Then at this point here, we are going to draw a tangent, then get the gradient at this particular point. So after drawing the tangent at this point here, we can be able now to pick any of these points along this line. Let me pick, for example, a point like this here. Then I will be able to come down and of course pick another point here. From here I think I can be able to get the gradient by taking the change in y divided by the change in x. So the two values here we are going to have 88 minus the value here is going to be, this is 64, 68, 72 divided by, we pick the value here which is around 4 point, that is 5.8 minus 4.6. This one is going to give us 16 over 1.2, giving us a value that is around 13.33 meters per second. That means our velocity is going to be negative because the graph is coming down. It is going to be negative 13.33 meters per second, depending on how you are going to draw the tangent, where t is 5 seconds. Thank you for watching and welcome to our discussions. And in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two to click the subscribe button so that anytime we publish a video like this, you will automatically be given a notification.